All right, well, good afternoon, everybody. We're going to give everybody some time to log on. Good afternoon, Candace, and thank you for being here. So we're just going to let people jump on. And I'm also going to be looking at Facebook. So if you see me turn my head, that's why. Hello, welcome. We're seeing people join in. Welcome to our webinar. We're also live streaming on Facebook. So if you have any other family members, guests who would like to watch the webinar live, it's on Facebook. So while we give everybody some time, just settle in, get your coffee, and we'll start in a few, like about a minute. All right. Well, again, we're welcoming everybody. We're just giving everybody some time to jump on and get settled. And we're very grateful to have Candace today with us. And she'll be talking about UAB student health, immunizations, and insurance. So this is going to be a very interesting webinar. We're letting people join in. So a few more people. Welcome to those of you who are joining us live on Facebook. Remind your friends, remind other prospective students are joining us in the fall. So a lot of information coming your way. While we let more people join us, just a couple of reminders. All our webinars are found on Facebook. So every time we have a webinar, it goes live on Facebook. So you can see it, of course, live, and then you can go back and look at it again. Or within a week, we'll upload our webinars onto our web page, which is uab.edu/families, and then under communications, you'll see the 2023 webinars. So we've already had, I'm looking at my list, about 12 webinars, and then we have 8 more coming up in August. And so if you haven't had a chance to see some of our webinars, you're welcome to go back into our website webpage and look at those webinars, or go back in Facebook and you can see all the webinars we've already had. But today we're fortunate to have Candace Ragsdale again from UAB Student Health and Wellness, and she'll talk to us about, of course, health services, immunizations, and health insurance. So we're just going to give everybody about 30 more seconds. We already have people live on Facebook and on Zoom. So welcome, everybody, and welcome, Candace. I'm going to let you start now.
Okay, sure. Thank you so much for having me. Just going to tell you a little bit about student health and wellness. I like to start out with the 4 things that are really important to know about us. The main things are, you need to know where our student patient portal button is. So important. That's the way to get in touch with us, message us, make appointments, fill out your insurance waiver, do your medical clearance for your immunizations. So that's a very important button. When you log into your BlazerNet, you'll be able to find the portal button there. It's on BlazerNet on the bottom right. I think it's 3rd or 4th from the bottom. It's also on the UAB app. So if you haven't downloaded the UAB app, make sure you get that. It's also there, and it's at our website. So you can just Google UAB Student Health and find it there on our website. So when you get to the patient portal button, you have to log in with your Blazer ID and password and your birthday. And then you'll get in there and you'll see this tab here you can pick different things. Like I said, you can choose medical clearance, you can do your health history, appointments, insurance waiver, immunizations, all the things that you can find there. And so 2 requirements that you really need to know and be working on is our immunizations, and the health insurance waiver is due August the 1st. So I know that's just in a few days. So hopefully everybody's already been doing that and have uploaded your immunizations, because that day is going to be here very, very soon. So let's talk about the health insurance first. The insurance waiver, let me see, go back. You're going to automatically be enrolled in the insurance unless you fill out an insurance waiver. So if you need the school insurance, that's great, because you're going to automatically be enrolled if your waiver's not in. But you do have to submit that waiver by August 1st to guarantee that you don't get charged and be enrolled in the school insurance. And you can get lots of places, you know, to get the insurance. You know, if your family or parent, spouse, partner has insurance, you could possibly be on theirs, our insurance, or you can go to the healthcare.gov website where they have the insurance. The insurance, your requirements are here listed. You got to be able to use the insurance here in the state of Alabama. You can't have pre-existing conditions. And the requirements that you will get logged in, if you have 9 credit hours or more, you're going to automatically be having the insurance. Or if you're in a certain program, requires you to have the health insurance. So you can always log in and just see where you're at, and if you need to do the health insurance waiver. Most students do have to, because it is a requirement here at UAB, and you can always look and see if your plan meets all the requirements. They're here, and then when you click on the waiver, they're also there for you to see which requirements are needed. So to submit the insurance waiver, like I said, you're going to log into the student patient portal. You're going to click on insurance waiver. And there, if you notice, there's two. There's the insurance waiver and insurance card. Make sure you click on the insurance waiver part. You're going to answer a couple of questions, and then you're going to put in your insurance information. So you're going to tell me if you have like Blue Cross, TRICARE, Aetna, whatever kind of plan it is. You're going to tell me who the insurance is through, and you're going to give me a copy of the front and back of the insurance card. I do have a lot of people that ask me about the different insurances, and if you need like primary care physicians and different things like that. Some insurers do require that, so just make sure that we're picked as your primary care if that's needed. Some people also don't always have an insurance card, but you're going to have to give me like a picture ID of what it would look like, or a letter about the insurance. So the next thing we need to talk about is your medical clearance. You have to have immunizations that are required. I know we use that kind of together, immunizations or medical clearance. So you're going to hear that a lot. That you have to have in order to attend here at UAB. You can get your immunizations done at the health department with your primary care physician, or here with us at Student Health. The requirements are you have to have 2 measles, mumps, rubella, and 2 varicellas. Most of these you have those as a child. If you don't have documentation of that, you can always do a titer to see if you have immunities for those. There's also the Tdap, which is the tetanus, diphtheria, and pertussis. I will tell y'all that that does expire every 10 years. So depending on when you got yours, you would just need to see if you needed to update that. Meningitis is also required. If you're 21 and under, you have to get that. 22 and older does not. And in the medical clearance tab, you should see a tuberculosis screen form that you need to fill out. And then depending on how you answer those questions about that would determine if you needed to get a TB test. And like I said, here we've on the screen, you can see like Alabama has the blue form. If you have that, you can upload that, and you can only do that. I mean, you can only do it one time if you want to, and then we can get all the dates off of it. It's not something that you have to put under each immunization. Or if you have a lot of different papers, you can upload under each tab. And at any time that if you have trouble with the medical clearance part and can't figure out how to upload something or having trouble, then just always go to the message tab and click new message and then medical clearance, and send her whatever information that you're having trouble with, and they can help upload that for you. Our next thing is look for the deadline on that. Like I said, it's August 1st, so that's next week. Your health history form will not put a hold on your account, but we would like for you to fill that out if possible. The screening form, like I said, is there, so make sure that you see that. And if you need a physical or any of your immunizations, you can always look. Anything that is green, you're good. Anything that is red, we're still looking for you. So please make sure you log in and look at your medical clearance tab to see if anything is missing. Our next thing that we're going to talk about is, let's see, I think it's our clinic. Yeah, it's talking about us. I like to say we're the doctor's office on a campus. We're located at 1714 9th Avenue South. Our office hours are Monday through Thursday, 8 to 5, and Friday is 9 to 5. And if you need to, if you're having trouble with something, definitely you can call us. Our phone number is here listed, 205-934-3580. If there's any non-emergencies, like I said, you can come here because we're the doctor's office on campus, or there's an urgent care down on 20th Street that you can visit. But for emergencies, we're very lucky. We have a lot of hospitals that are surround us. The main UAB ER down the street, or UAB Highlands, that's kind of on the back side of the campus. So those are always some options. The services that we offer here at Student Health is primary care. We have a lot of women's health, sports medicine, our sexual health clinic, mental health care. We have our immunization clinic. We offer nutrition services. We have an athletic trainer that's located in the recreation center. We also help with allergy shots. We don't do testing here for allergies, but we do offer the shots. Referral services, if you need to be referred out somewhere, we can help with that. We have our own lab and x-ray here. We also do some virtual visits, and UAB Eye Care comes to our clinic on Tuesday afternoons. So like I said, we do a lot of things here. We do annual checkups, allergy injections, you know, if you have hypertension and need maintenance for that. We have some students with diabetes that we help manage that. If you have any dermatological procedures that need to be done, or if you cut yourself or sprain or anything like that, we can help. Or if we can't, we can get you to the hospital or wherever you need to go for emergencies. We can also help with like cold, flu, and I know all that'll be coming up in the fall, so students can definitely come here. We can do strep tests and see if you have the flu or what's going on. We also do a lot of women's health here, like I said, so any GYN issues, birth control, STI screenings, we can help with all of that. We're also fortunate that the student counseling services is here in our building. We have 3 different areas here. We have the health services and the counseling and the wellness promotion, but counseling is kind of in the back of our house, and it's a great thing that students can use. You can see some of the things that they help with here. If you're, are having anxiety, or you're under a lot of stress, or just need someone to talk with, you can make an appointment with them, and we have quite a few counselors and great and can help you manage or help get you help if you need that. And I don't have my screen with wellness promotion, but they're here too, and they also go out and do like peer education and stuff, and they're a great part of our facility too. So I don't know if anybody has questions for me about what's going on here at Student Health.
All right, well, thank you, Candace. And while we let people maybe think of their questions or submit their questions, remember we have the Q&A button enabled here on Zoom. So if you're joining us on Zoom and you have any questions, this is the perfect time to ask those questions. You can just type them into the Q&A question. And if you're watching us on Facebook, please go ahead and submit your question now, and then we will be able to answer it live. And I think this is a great opportunity to submit those questions as you have them. I think one thing to remember, as you said, deadline was August the 1st. Yep, so that's next Tuesday. So that's coming around the corner. So yep. So if you have any questions, we still have a few minutes. Was there anything else before, while we wait for some of the questions that you would like families to know at this point, Candace, or remember something that's really important?
I would say definitely get your waiver in if you have your own health insurance, because you don't want to get charged for the fee of the insurance. That will hit the accounts a little after probably about mid-August, and you definitely, if you have your own insurance, don't get charged with that. And take care of that, because I know a lot of students will come back like 2 semesters later and say, can I get that insurance removed? And I can't really help you remove that because you were supposed to get a waiver in. Another thing is your medical clearance or immunizations. Go ahead and go in and see what's in there. If everything's green, if everything looks good, then you don't need anything. That's great. And if you have anything red, to go ahead and message us or getting it turned in, because as we get closer to school starting, the harder it's going to be to get that medical clearance done. Right now, I think we're a couple of days out, but as we get closer, and some students wait till the last minute, it'll get a lot in there and it'll be like 7 days out. So make sure that you're really, staying on top of these due dates and getting things in.
Right. And so that's so important to remember to do it. We still have a week left before the deadline. So how long does it take between the time a student submits the waiver and it gets approved, or what's the process?
So we're working on those right now. I think we're maybe a couple of weeks out. So, like I said, that gives us a little bit of time if you get it in by the 1st to have it done before school starts. So that's when we have that August 1st deadline to give us a couple of weeks to clean up and make sure that we have everything set. So the quicker you can get that in, the better.
Right. While we wait for questions, can you, do you have a chance to put that slide back on with contact information in case families want to call or send an email? I know that sometimes we get those questions after we're done with the presentation.
So here's our phone number on here. But I will say, I'll remind everybody about our patient portal button that I said you could find at our website at BlazerNet or on the UAB app. And you just click patient portal and the student just logs in with their Blazer ID and password and birthday, and they can message us there. There's a medical clearance question section. There's an insurance question section. There's, if you need to ask a nurse a question or anything, there's lots of different options there.
Right. And one important thing that you mentioned is the student needs to go in to the portal.
To the patient
right?
portal, yes, that's the student. Yes.
So
But anytime if a parent, we can't give a lot of information sometimes because of HIPAA and FERPA, we kind of fall under both. But they can definitely call this number that's on the screen right now, and we can help them as much as we can.
Right. And I see a question has come up. I'm going to share this question. It says, I'm actually wanting insurance for my student.
Sure.
How will students receive their insurance information, such as card, and how does insurance company get the students' information?
Okay, great question. Okay, so if you don't sign a waiver, you're automatically put on a list that the school sends to United Healthcare Student Resources. And the student should get an email from them to their UAB email that will give them directions where to go in and create an account with them. And they'll be able to print an insurance card, or they can ask for them to send them one to their home or wherever these ones to send. I would say that if by September your student hasn't heard anything or you're concerned, definitely call us so we can just see where they're at and maybe why they didn't get the email and everything.
An important aspect that you mentioned was their UAB email address, because a lot of times students will go check their personal. So make sure that they check their UAB email address, not just for this, but for everything that UAB is now going to be sending messages through.
Yeah, please check that every day. You never know.
Yes. I'm trying to see if there's, and again, families, we still have a few minutes for some other questions. I know that sometimes more questions come back in the end, but if you have additional questions later, please feel free. You can send us your questions. You can email us at families@uab.edu, and we can send those questions and share those questions with Candace at Student Health Services, or you can call a number, or you can email or check the patient portal. So if you have any other questions, this is a great time to ask those questions. If not, just a reminder that we have a couple more webinars coming up. So we have one on collegiate recovery community tomorrow. It's just important information about other services that are available for students. We have one very important one on housing and move-in day, and that is going to be on August the 2nd at 2 p.m. So if you have any questions about move-in day and everything that's coming your way. And then we have another one about education, equity, and empowerment on August the 3rd at 2:30. The UAB Career Center will also be presenting on August the 10th at 9 a.m. And then campus safety through the UAB Police Department will also be having a session on August the 10th at 11. Now we have a very important one, interesting one. It's called Adulting 101 with Dr. Andrea Brenner, and that's on August the 3rd at 11 a.m. And then one from the Eye Care Center, and you mentioned the Eye Care Center, and that one is going to be on August 15th at noon. So again, you have an option to watch those webinars live or go back and see them on our website or on Facebook. I don't know if there's, I don't seem to be getting any other questions at this moment.
I
But
would
again,
like to say one other
yes.
thing, if they'll just, if you ever run into questions or something, and you can just definitely Google UAB Student Health, click on our website. There is a ton of information on our website, where to go. And like I said, the services are listed there, and any questions about insurance, it also shows you for the insurance, how to go get your insurance card, pricing and things like that. So definitely, look at our website if you have questions and if you're having trouble reaching us or anything like that.
Awesome. That's very helpful. And again, students need to be checking their UAB email address and make sure that they submit all those waivers and immunization records in a timely manner. August the 1st should be a good deadline. That's the deadline. So, well, thank you, Candace. I think our families are good for now. I don't see any more questions. But again, families, if anything comes up, any questions come up, please make sure you can send them up to families@uab.edu, and we will be glad to share those questions with health services or help you find the right answer. So thank you very much again, and we invite you all to continue watching our webinars. And thank you, Candace, for being here with us today.
Thank you.
All right, have a great afternoon, everybody.
Bye-bye.